Today it's so important to organize because we continue to see some of these corporations and the 1%, as we've referred to, continue to make more money than they've ever seen. And by organizing, you have a chance to fight back. We see right now as we come out of the pandemic, so many of our members are standing up, pushing back, saying, we want more. It's time for us to get our fair share. The thought of people reaching out to our union now, where they understand they've been through the pandemic, and they understand, again, what representation means, a voice in the workplace.
We are a Starbucks on Vancouver Island, and we are the first store in Canada, first corporate store to organize and be union.
The catalyst would be the pandemic. It was a difficult time in the service industry. We dealt with a lot of harassment.
COVID health and safety concerns were a big one, but also the failure to deal with harassment from customers. Historically from Starbucks has always been an issue.
Our safety was on the line. We're interacting with hundreds of people a day, and it's a pandemic. And so we had tried to go to management and go to our district managers, and nothing was really happening.
Once you've brought it to management, without the union there's no one to really hold management accountable,
We were just feeling really burnt out and really taken advantage of, and we thought, we had a conversation and thought we should try unionizing.
So we reached out to a few unions, and the first union to get back to us was USW. They were super eager and excited to have us on, and they never made us feel like our line of work didn't belong in a union.
Oh, really? You guys are with the Steelworkers? And we were just yeah, they're they're a strong union, and they took us seriously, and they believe that every worker deserves representation, including service workers.
Baristas definitely aren't the stereotype of what a steelworker looks like, but very quickly we felt like part of a community.
It was at this point that we decided to take matters into our own hands, and we contacted the United Steelworkers. They excitedly welcomed us. After a strong majority in favor, we started the long process of bargaining and were able to come up with our first ever collective agreement.
One of the positive things that just recently happened is Harry Bains, the Minister of Labour in BC and an NDP provincial government, has just introduced and is put into law card check certification.
Under the new amendments, if 55% or more of employees in a workplace, in other words, a clear majority, sign union membership cards, they will unionize. No further vote is required.
And it's nothing new, it's the way it should be. And we really thank Harry Bains, the Steelworkers, and John Horgan, the Premier of the province, for doing the right thing, taking the right step, and allowing people to join a union in a confidential way, and meaning your signature means something.
Starbucks is a huge company, and taking on a multi-billion-dollar corporation felt really intimidating, but honestly, it was exhilarating. It was exciting.
For the first time with the union, especially taking on a role in the union, I felt like my labor was important and that I was irreplaceable.
We've been union for almost 2 years now, and it still feels like we're kind of on this high. We were the first ones here to really do that, and it looks like it's just spread and inspired.
We had lots and lots of people reach out to us. It's certainly been incredibly exciting to see the movement take off in the United States as well, and a bunch more Canadian stores have now filed.
Well, I think it's a really exciting time to be organizing. I think that people everywhere are sort of realizing that the deal that's been handed to them is shit, and that we need to be standing together if we're going to do better.
It feels really good to have our rights in the workplace written down and can be enforced is the biggest thing, that there's a mechanism to making sure that these things do happen and the things that were promised do happen, and we get to keep the things we bargained for.
This is your life, and you need to be able to pay your bills, and you need to be able to support yourself, and you shouldn't dread going to work every day. Fight for your rights and fight the good fight.
A voice, when workers come together, the power they have to make a difference And when we say a voice in the workplace, it means so many things, from day-to-day, kind of how the operation is, to wages, to pensions, to benefits, so a voice in the workplace, an ability to do collective bargaining, stand up to the boss, is so important.